Damer. In this video, we are going to learn how to create multiple flat files that can be CSV or text files from single SQL Server Table by splitting rows in SSIS package. So think about a scenario where you have a table that's a big table that can have maybe a million records. So if you have a million records, you want to create 10 files. Each file should have 100,000 records. In my scenario, I have only a small table and it is called DBO total sale and it has only 11 records. Think about that. I just want to create two files, maybe 6 records on each of them. So I can do that. If I want to create 3 files from this, I can do that as well. So what is the goal here? Sometimes you have really big table and you would like to divide that record set into multiple CSV files. So we can create a dynamically, we can provide the number of records you want for each of the file, and also you can change the table name from where it need to extract the data. You can provide different extension of the files. So we are going to deal with a lot of different small parameters. By changing the values in the variables, you will be changing the functionality of your package. You will have a lot of control. I'm going to show you everything. Now first of all, we need to go to the SSDT SQL Server Data Tools and create few variables. Go to the SSIS Packages, new SSIS package. I'm going to call this one create multiple files from SQL table by row count. So total row count, whatever, million, 2 million, 20 million, and then you want to divide into different files, maybe 5 million record per flat file, and you have 20 million in total in the table. So you will create 4 files. Now let's go ahead and create the variables first. So destination folder, that's where we would like to create our flat files. I'm gonna go back here. I have under the videos, I have a destination folder. I'm gonna copy the path, come back and provide the value. Then okay, if in case of error, where you would like to write the error, so log folder, that's where I would like to write my error. And this is the error I'm talking about, script task. So provide the path, it is in the log folder. Next, what we have, okay, file, what type of file? So I'm going to say file extension, and sometimes we say okay, we want to create .csv, sometimes say .txt. So provide whatever the extension you like, and then later on you need to change, you will be changing only this part, so you don't have to make any change to the package itself. You can change the configuration value for file extension variable, and it will read from there and work accordingly. Okay, how about file delimiter? Because that's also one problem. People don't decide like what they want. Sometimes they say I want a comma, but later they say no, I don't want a comma, I want the pipe sign. So right now let's put comma. We will test with the pipe sign or tilde, whatever you want it. And next, from where you would like to get the data, table name. I am saying table name. This can be view name as well. It doesn't matter as long as it's going to return you the record. So table, we use wherever we use the select. Even this can be your function. So we can select the data from the function. Let me think about it. Let's go forget or drop down the function part of that. Use with the view and table. So because I have not tested with the function, so I will not recommend, but you can test it, and maybe with the small changes we can work through. I'm not going to test in this video because it will make this video very long. Now okay, file name part, what should be the file name part you would like to create? In our case, let's say I will say sale, and that's what I want to create. Fine. And then what we have next, we have table name, file name part. Looks good, I think so. Maybe I'm missing something. I will think when I will come to the next point. So go to the connection manager, new audio. Okay, the big thing we were missing here, how many records we would like to put in this each file. So records per file, that was very important, because you want to decide, like you want to put 5 record, 10 record, you want to have the control. You don't want to have just a in 32, let's say we would like to put 3 records. In our case, we can change it. I will show you by changing the value we can control the whole lot part. So go to connection managers, right click, add your .NET connection, create a new connection, right click here, click on the new button, go to the SQL server, get your server name, select @ server name, run it, copy, come back here, provide your server name, provide the database name, TechBrothersIT, hit OK, all good. Let's rename this one so it will have nice name when we'll use in configuration. DB connection, all good. In your case, maybe DB connection underscore sales or HR or whatever the database you are using. So go to the control control flow, bring the script task here, and then double click, add the variables. All user variables we need to add. Let's try to get all of them. Okay, we are good here. Let's click on edit script, and I have written the script already and posted on techbrothersit.com. I'm going to take you there and we can copy the script from there. You will be going to the techbrothersit.com, then you will be going to the SSIS video tutorial. Once you are there, I will suggest you going to the script task heading, and then you will be going to the dynamic text or CSV files with script task, and here you will see how to export large table to multiple text or CSV files by row count. So that's where you need to click, and then I have written the entire script here and the post. If you can't watch the video, fine, you can stop the video and follow the instructions from this post. We will come down here in the step 4 and copy these namespaces and then paste in our script task. Here we have namespaces, paste. As we are writing the data to the flat files or a CSV file or text file, we'll be using system.io namespace. We'll use different functions or methods from this. We will be using system.data.sql client as we are reading the data from the SQL server. So this namespace has functions and instances that we can use. Now remove this part, come to the public void main, and that's where you will bring other code. Copy the code and bring it here. Copy, come back and paste right here. Go ahead and save the script and build. So we want to see if there is any error, we can fix it. No error found, that's good thing. And just one quick I always repeat this part. If you are using the variables, the SSIS variables in the script test, they will not be validated against SSIS. So you have to kind of take a look by yourself. So open your both windows. Here we have our SSIS part, and then we have script test right here. So we see that flat file name part. So you see, I even did build succeeded, but the variable names are incorrect. So I have file name part, I don't have a flat file name part, so I can remove that. Okay, I can make exactly like my variables here. Destination folder, I have it. Table name, I have it. File delimiter, I have it. File extension, I have it. And records per file, I have it. So we are pretty much set here. Let's open, but make sure you have, these are case sensitive. Whatever you are using in SSIS, they should be exactly the same. Let's read the code. First of all, I'm declaring a variable of string type, date time, and then same in the value. So you see that I'm saving year, month, day, hour, minutes, and seconds. So I can use when with the file name and with the error file name. So if you double click here and I go further down, I can see right here, see, I'm creating a file full path, that is destination folder, file name path, plus the loop, file loop. Let's say we are looping through the records, right? So there are 5 loops. So every time a file will be created with 1, 2, 3, and I put the records. So then we have a date time and then file extension. At the end in the catch block, you can see with the error log, I'm using date time as well. Let's come back. we are using try block here, and then declaring these variables. So once we have declared these variables, we are setting the value for these variables by using SSIS variables. Why? Because I don't want to use this DTS variables and all lengthy code in everywhere. So I created these variables, save the value so I can use further down. Next, here, if you have declared a variable, let's say that's a records per count is in 32, this is how you will be adding here. If you will simply use the same way like a string, it is not going to work. So you have to okay, declare a variable in 32 and also kind of cast to in 32 here. I declare one more variable, record count per file decimal. Why? Because what I'm doing here further, I'm selecting everything, selecting count star from that table and then dividing with the record count decimal. So see, record count, what we have, I'm adding a 0.0 to it. Why? Again, I'm going to show you why. Okay, so this is the connection manager we are going to use. Also, let's fix the connection manager name, db connection TechBrothersIT. Good. Now, as we are not really sure like how many records are in each of the table, so think about it. If I will take the count of count asterisk from this table, what I'm going to get, I'm going to get 11 records. And if I have provided, okay, I want 3 records per file, so that means I need to divide the entire records with 3. So if I will do that by 3, what will happen? It is going to give me 3. So if I will have only 3 groups, so 3 records per file, that means 9 records. So I'm missing those 2 records. To handle that situation, first thing what I did, I made this one decimal. So once I made this decimal, then will I have more accurate number or result with the division. So I got 3.66. See, if there is any number, I don't want the exact division. I want I don't want the division with the just the integer. I want with the decimal, so I can grab the values all the way. So once I have that, then I'm using this ceiling function. So with the ceiling, what is happening? If I will use ceiling, it will give me the whole number for whatever the value I have. So let me show you actually. So let's say if we have ceiling, so if ceiling, if I use this function and I will say 2, and what is going to return me 2. If I will say 2.1, it is going to return me 3. So ceiling take the next whole number. So we see that after the 2, that should be 3. This is where I have used the ceiling because I know that I need to get the exact group. So I can't really create 3.6 files. I need to create 4 files as I have to put 3 records per file, but last file will have only 2 records. So I have used ceiling here. So this is automatically creating the number of groups we need to create depending on total records in the table and with the records we are dividing. So the number we have put it here, records per file. So that's what I'm doing here. So now you understand the whole concept, why I'm using ceiling, why I'm putting the decimal here, and that will I had explained all that pattern. So now I said decimal loop count is equal to 0. So I declare another variable. Get the count of the sheets need to be created. Get the count of the sheets, actually it should be files. I was using pretty much the same code for the Excel. We have same situation, and I have created a video on how to do the same thing in Excel, create multiple sheets in one single file and divide the records per sheet. So you can watch that as well. So once we run that one, what we are going to do, we are going to get the count of the groups. So we will see, like let's say 4. If we provide, I have 11 records as I showed you. I have 11 records. If I will provide value 3, I will get value 4. So we will create 4 files. Now then I'm creating 2 variables, start and row count and end row count, and setting the value to 0 first starting, and then record count per file. That's the 3 in our case. So if you have 100,000, that will be 100,000. Then I'm using a for loop and looping through till we have less than loop counter. So we have the loop count that will give us 4. So till it is not equal to or less to 4, we will keep looping. And each of the loop, I'm using this query. So if you see here, let me copy this query for you. It is a really good idea to understand. It will really help you. Select this from a table. So let me put the table name here, db.total sale. And here you see there, that's where I'm saying starting row counter. So starting row count is 0, as we are starting with 0, and end row count is 3. So less than or equal to 3. First time, let me run the inner query first and show you what exactly it is happening. So we are not caring about any column. We are not putting these number. I'm putting the row number. I'm not considering any column. So tomorrow your table can have identity, not identity, sequence number, doesn't matter. It has no column such as numbers, fine. I am creating my own row number. So once I have my row number, then next I'm dividing that part on each of the loop. So you see the first loop, I will say, okay, give me the records where the values between 0 and 3. When and the next at the end, then I will just write the data to the data set. Then I will use the for each loop through that and create this file. Once I create that file here, so I'm creating a new instance of a stream writer, then writing the data. So I need to write, so I write the header, then I wrote the records, the data rows, and then finally here, see, that's where I'm updating the value of start row count and end row count in the next loop of for loop here. So when we have for loop here, right here, so in the next what value it is going to get? It is going to get 3, and this will become 6. So I'm incrementing. So now you have 4 and 5 and 6. So that's how I'm dividing it. You don't have to worry about any column like I want to use ID or I don't want to use a sequence, because you might not have those columns. This part will divide them without anything, because we are using row number function here. This I'm putting the scenario with 3 and 6 and 0 and 3 because I'm using the number 3 to divide the rows. So I'm saying like divide 3 rows in each of the file. Maybe in your case it will be 100,000. You will start with 100, 0 and 100,000, and the next query, let's say, sorry, 3, and when you run the next query, this part will be 100,000 and this will be 200,000, as you will keep adding. So you understand this whole code. Now it will loop through. You can even make small changes. If everything goes well, success is ours, and if everything goes well, failure is ours too. So it will create a log file. Good. Now let's save this one. I will test this part with the view. I will take a look, like yeah, it should work because we are using the row number here, and as I said that maybe with the function, I haven't used this part, but you can test, doesn't matter. Okay, save it. We are creating text file with the comma and 3 records per file. That's what we are doing. Run the package. Completed successfully. Go to the file and see sale 1, sale 2, sale 3, 4, and date time added to it. Let's open it. So we have see these 3 records came, then we have further 4, 5, 6 records, and then the last file should have only 2 records, because we have total 11 records and we are dividing into 4 files, and each should have 3. So we can't have 3 records in the last because there are total 11, and first 3 will be created with 3 records, and the fourth one will be created with the 2 records. Now if I will divide with the 6, so now we should get only 2 files. Let's go back to destination, and you see sale underscore 1, sale underscore 2. First one will have 6 records, and the second one will have 5 records. That's awesome. I really love that. Like you now once you're done with the package, I mean, you can play with it for hours and experiment and say, okay, what if I will do this, and what if I will do this? So CSV, I want the CSV file to be generated, And what I would like to do, instead of sale, I'm gonna say Tech Brothers regional sale. That's the name I want to give to my file now. And also here now I want like let's say 5 records. So what will happen now, it will create 3 files, and that's really the way completed successfully. Let's go back here, and now you see 1, 2 and 3. So you're controlling everything. See, 5 records are here, and then last one should have only 1 record. Awesome, I love it. Okay, now one more thing, as I was saying, how about testing this part with the view? So I have a view, that this view, let's run this view. Now you see that we don't have any ID or anything, and we have less columns. We have total 7 columns. So if I will get the view and see if this works with the view. Because if this can, with the row number, can work with our view, I mean, then there shouldn't be issue, right? So let's say if we want 4 records on each of that. So let's go back and delete the files. You guys will say, Ahmed, you don't even know the row number work with the view or not. Literally, I want to test it out in front of you, and even I know I don't want to tell you. Why? Because with the experiments, I mean, it's a brainstorm. You even sometime let the people challenge, okay, and think, let the other guys think about it. Okay, if it work or not work, they might have never explored that part. You don't want to ruin the surprise and say, oh, it will work. I want to show you guys and let you brainstorm. Okay, so first file, you see what happened with the view, it worked just fine. So you don't have to worry like, okay, you are using a view or you are using a store procedure. I'm leaving this challenge for you. If you have a function that can return you multiple records, can you use the row number function with it and create the same files? I have the script and everything already on the blog, and it will help you. Last thing I would like to tell you guys, before you guys ask me a lot of questions, I would recommend watching SSIS videos tutorial all the way. They are excellent videos. We have explained a lot of stuff and real-time scenarios. If you are done with these, I can challenge or you will not fail any interview questions and all those kind of things, because you would learn a lot of good stuff. And with the SSIS interview questions right here, let me see where they are. They are hiding, but that's mostly people come and watch a lot of SSIS interviews. I'm totally like, I can't even see SSIS. We have SQL script, we have SSRS, we have SSRS. Where the SSIS? Sorry, see, even in front of me you can't see that. Interview questions. So this is the this part is kind of mess up right here. I need to remove this block from here. I don't need to have this one. I will remove this post from here, so you will always end up on this page, the SSIS interview questions. So that's where you can have a lot of stuff, and I have written a lot of interview questions and post. My goal is always like teach you, not just give an answer, hey, what is this and what is that. So I want to teach you what exactly this question mean and how to solve the issue. So I hope you learn good stuff from me, and I appreciate your time, and I will see you guys in the next video.